to be 1982, 83. Lenny and I were already going out. I guess we were the first. Okay, we were the first to really start going out on digging ventures. So we went, I think, it had to be the North Carolina, South Carolina, and we went to what they call a one stop. So the place was going out of business, and we had a little gimmick that we used to do. We used to, set up a pallet and put records on a pallet, and if we saw something that was next to it that seemed like there wasn't touch, we would slightly move the pallet over to us, and just to make sure and see how we can get over it, because people, and at that time, vinyl wasn't as valuable as people put a price on it now. So on this other pallet was, because this place used to sell imports also, was 75 pieces of the Little Less Conversation yellow Elvis Presley album that had the beat on it. So we get that particular record, and the record was going, at that time it was probably going for like $7, $8 or maybe $10 for the import. And we end up, picking it up in the boxes, and there was like 650 counts, and then the half a box that was open. So we thought everything was, a little less conversation. So we bought everything for 75 cents. When we come back, 2 of the boxes were Skull Snamp's original album underneath. Now, as far as most valuable record for me, it may not be the same for people, even though I do have, the Salt hung up. I do have an extensive collection of the Sex Pistols 45. I have Beatle original 45s, but my most valuable record is my mother's copy of Begging, which is a record that she owned in late 1968, 69. I think she purchased it, and it means the world to me because my mom's no longer here, and it's something people that know me, if I get a chance that I get to play, I do play that record, and it's very endeared to me. I still have the sleeve, I still have the original 45, and again, that is the most sentimental value to me as far as, to me it's priceless in comparison to all the other records that I have. And mind you, I have, which have become extremely valuable now, the original copy that I used to record Impeach the President. I do have the original Champ, the original Daisy Ladies, all the records. I have test pressings of numerous, from Rufus Thomas to James Brown, Funky President, which I posted a couple of times. But yeah, that record is more or less, the golden ticket or whatever you want to call it, the holy grail. It was everything to me.